Good day, everyone, and welcome back to OhgiemartFS Gaming. You can see it's a drizzly day in November here on the Osada map in FS22. I'm doing the off-grid dairy challenge made up by Rusty Money, and he's got that dairy challenge on his Facebook group, Farm Sim Challenges. He's also got a Discord channel you might want to check out as well. Tons of different challenges to spice up your farm sim games. This one's been a little bit tricky for me. The last recording I did was mostly at night, and I was just kind of dragging along. So I've done some stuff off camera. Want to catch you guys up to where I'm at, where I'm going, and what my progress is. It's a little slow so far. You can see by the equipment here, I've got the original low flatbed here, just a simple baler. I can barely pull it. A roller, tedder. This isn't even a full seeder. This is just, it does grass, it does canola and rapeseed. And over here we've got, sorry, not rapeseed, the cover crop. We have the windrower. Notice this mower is really dirty. I've done, I think, 6 different baling jobs. I might need to buy something to clean that off at some point. This, however, is brand spanking new. Well, new to me. It is used. It was coming up like 40% off. I had to buy it. I don't even have a harvester yet, but I'll figure that out later. And speaking of other new stuff, this is also a new to me trailer that I bought. This was 24% off. And I had to buy it again because someday I'll be able to harvest stuff, and I need a place to put it. So having a trailer is going to be useful. And I have some seed left over because across the street I have planted some grass. I plowed that all up, got it all prepped, and you can see in the bottom right hand corner this is ready to harvest once the rain gives up. So mostly been doing grass production. In fact, because of the wonderful silage and hay contracts, I've got piles of stuff here. You can see this isn't even silage yet, it's just grass. So I've got stuff sitting here waiting to turn into silage. I've got hay over here, just a little bit of hay, waiting for the right time to sell. And the idea is, notice how these are only stacked too high? Well, that's because our rigid track that we start the game with here, the electric vehicle, it doesn't have a front loader. Well, I found this little fork. And this little fork is kind of cool in that it allows me just enough height to get stacks of 2. So if we come back here, watch I destroy my stack here. Whoops. You can see I probably need a weight on the back end, but I could just get a stack of 2, and if I need to, I can get that top one out. So that's how I've been moving all my bales for contracts, is this little fork thing and that little blue flatbed that we can start with. So you can see it's just high enough to get over another bale. And there's a few moments where it's a little bit more tricky than not. But I'm getting pretty good with it. As long as you don't mind doing 2 bales at a time, this can work. Now, you might notice right now my hands are off my keyboard. I'm playing on a PC. I did mention I have some mods. If you look at the max speed on this thing, this will go up to 52 miles an hour. It is an electric vehicle, and it's got a lot more power than your original rigid track. So this is a mod I was able to find. But I also found a mod that makes almost all the base game equipment have an electric version. So I'll be getting some of that going as the series continues. Since I felt left out, everybody had an open air garden and I didn't. I just slapped one in earlier this morning and got it going. I am finding a problem though, and I don't know if any of you have ever used this. Using the ABI water tank here, I have such a hard time getting the water trigger to go. I have to go back and forth like 1,500 times to get it to line up. Maybe it's just I don't know where the water access point on this particular water tank is, but this is a problem. Oh, maybe it's on this end. I'll have to play with that some more. But I was not able to get the water over easily. You can see when I look at the factory productions, I've just set this on sugar beet for now with water because, again, this is like brand new. Just set it up. I'll let it cycle for a few days, like over the winter. Just take a few sugar beets down to the sugar mill and get that going. Then I might get some seeds and fertilizer up here and really start going. But you can see I managed to get some water into it. But I have to find an easier way to do this. Animal-wise, I mean, we are doing dairy, right? I only have the original 7. They're only 3 months old. So again, very early on in this challenge, I got to let time go by. And I need to because you can see that I do not have any more contracts left. And looking at the time of year, we're looking at the time where almost all the contracts will die out for a couple months. So after this recording, I'll probably go till February or May before I come back. And realistically, I'm going to be doing a lot of grass work on my stuff until about August. And there's a reason for that. In August, I can plant canola. And I'm going to have both my land up here on the farm converted over to canola, or at least the parts I'm not using converted to canola. And then I'm going to have my land over at the sugar mill. And the reason I'm doing that is I have no vehicles that are running on diesel right now other than that 4-wheel drive ATV I have. But I want to put down here, potentially, I don't know for sure I'm going to do this, but I want to put down, where is it? Let me find it. I have this lovely little diesel factory. I don't know if you've seen this before if you're on console. But I want to make my own little diesel plant. I'll just plop it right over here in a corner. It takes sunflower and canola. Well, just by a strange coincidence, my planter, seeder rather, that I have, does canola. So that might be a way for me to get some vehicles on sale that are not electric and put those on the farm. But that being said, I do have vehicles like in a harvester that are electric modded. So I have this Dude's Far top liner. This is an electric vehicle, 150,000 watts. There's also a case version and a Fendt. But obviously, looking at the fact that I have 35,000, don't know that I'm going to be able to afford $100,000 more before I want to harvest. So that's where I might end up just grabbing a regular diesel or gas cheapo harvester and maybe get the factory going to get some diesel going until I can afford going green. You know, they always say going green is expensive, and in this particular case, if I, that's probably cheating a little bit too. 21,000. That's obviously way lower than any of the standard mods. I mean, standard options here. 75,000 is the cheapest. What does that carry? That carries 4,900, and the John Deere carries 65. Yeah, so this is a much more broken tool. I say broken in terms of cheating than the other. So I'm all set. I'm just really doing time here, just waiting for time to pass. I'll get another grass harvest in. This time it'll be all my own stuff. I'll put all those silage bales up at the place to sell. And I will wait for the right time to sell, which I think if anybody's playing this challenge, they probably already have looked at that calendar here, and they know that it's probably, I think, January. Yeah, they go up around 189, for silage. And right now it's at 180. Ooh, 180 is not bad, but it can go a little higher. And I hate the nickel and dime things. But as I showed you earlier, these aren't even silage yet. But it would be nice to sell the ones that are silage just to take advantage of this. Grass, 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 grass. Okay, all these are all grass. I think I got something back here that were earlier. That's grass. Grass. There's silage. All right, I got 2 that are silage. Woohoo! Not enough to write home about yet. So fortunately, price is still going up. I hope it peaks next month when these are all silage. And after this rain stops, I'll get to putting some more silage up. But that's where I'm at. I wanted to show you before I head off here, my finances, so you can see that this $23,000 up here in November, that was the trailer I just bought, and the $22,000, I believe that was the header I bought last month. I've had the construction cost of the greenhouse. I mentioned I did that today. Vehicle running costs, they're costing me $2,000 to $10,000. I did a lot of contracts in October. And property maintenance is about $70 a day. Property income, that's probably from the windmill. And the bales, you can see I'm making about $1,000 a day-ish, depending on the day. And no contracts yet today. But notice that there's no wage payment. I'm not paying any workers. I'm not doing any leasing. So you can take a look. I have not leased anything. Nor do I borrow anything for jobs. I only take the jobs I have the stuff for. And really that has dictated what I have bought for equipment. I only buy equipment if I need it for a job. And so far, this has managed to do most everything. I do know some harvesting jobs are going to be a problem. And spraying jobs, I don't have a sprayer. So that'll come later in the spring. I'll worry about that and see if I need to pick that up. But I'm not going to make tons of money buying tons of land. I have the original 2 pieces of land here we start with. The one up there in the woods and then the sugar mill. I haven't bought any other lands yet. I'm thinking I'm just going to ride out this equipment and see how long I can make it go before I go crazy. But we'll give it a game year or so before we really start expanding too far. And that's about it. I just wanted to catch you up on where OhgieMart Gaming is on this off-grid dairy challenge from Rusty Mining Gaming. And I thank you very much for stopping in. Hopefully, if you're doing this challenge, you're finding successes. I'm starting to enjoy some of the equipment I have a little bit more and starting to feel like I have a little system going. But I am anxious to get some more money to expand into some of the other electric equipment that I managed to find for this PC run. Have a great day. Enjoy your farming.